Hello. How are you? 2009, brand new year, and I'm believing for a great year for every one of your lives individually, and a fantastic year for the church. We're called to be a life-changing church, bringing hope to the cities of England, called to be a faith-filled church, lifting people to higher levels and launching people into their God-given destiny, and a world-impacting church, resourcing the nation and the nations. And you're a part of it. This is not just my church, this is your church. This is our church. And imagine what can happen this year against the backdrop of a darkened recession and against the backdrop of things that should work out that don't work out. It's just going to be an amazing year. Psalm 65 says that he crowns the year with goodness and with abundance, and it says that your carts will overflow and drip with abundance. I love that. A crown is something that you place on something, and it's, if there's recession around, then when you place a crown on it, it just changes the way it looks. It just blesses something that looked to be unblessable. And so welcome to 2009. I'm really big this year on the covenant of Jesus Christ. It says in Galatians that we've been made sons of God. We have come into a covenant that works completely differently to the way the world works. When God sees the world, he doesn't see rich and poor, male and female, Israeli and Palestinian. He sees those who come under the covenant of Jesus Christ and those that don't, or those that will do in the future. And so if you're part of the covenant, it's a different way of working. God's here. He does the miraculous. His way of working is through giving, not through holding on. It's a completely different system to the system of this world. And also, it says in Galatians that we're part of the blessing of Abraham. And the blessing of Abraham is, you shall be blessed. It's God's intent to bless you in 2009. 2008, you might have had the wind behind you. It might have been good economically. It might have been good relationally. You might find yourself right now in a recession relationally, in a recession financially. But it's good news, because there's a crown that says, I will bless you in 2009 coming upon you. You've got to set out your tent, set your stall out. You've got to prepare for the prophecy. God will crown you in 2009. You've got to believe it. You got to prepare for it. You have to believe it, and then you have to prepare for it. You want to imagine better things to come. You want to envision that you're a part of a team for the success of the vision of Hope City Church. It's going to be a good year. Also in Galatians, it says we're not children of Hagar, of the ordinary woman. We're children of Sarai, or Sarah, the woman of promise. The woman touched by the Holy Spirit, became pregnant when she was barren. Welcome to Christianity in 2009 for Hope City Church. In Isaiah chapter 54, it gives us 5 ways to prepare for greatness. Firstly, it says to sing. Sing, 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 sing. It says to prophesy goodness and greatness of God upon your barrenness. Go into your kids' bedrooms, prophesy over your finances, prophesy over your friends, over your future, over your ministry. You got to sing. You can't be silent. You can't be negative. You have to change the way you express yourself and begin to sing. Begin to say the whole earth is filled with the glory of God. Start with a proper confession of faith and begin to learn to live in the power of confession. Secondly, you want to enlarge. Firstly, you want to prophesy. Secondly, you want to expect great things. Begin to enlarge your vision. Don't retract. Don't smallden what you do. Don't sell up everything. Don't move tent. Enlarge your tent. Don't go back to Timbuktu. Don't go back to wherever you come from. This is the place to sow your seed. Isaac in Genesis chapter 26 sowed his seed in the time of famine. He sowed his seed. He enlarged the place of his tent, and so he reaped a harvest 100-fold. Thirdly, number 3, everyone say number 3. You want to stretch. You want to stretch your tent curtains wide. Tithing's a stretch. It's never easy to tithe. To move from tithing on your net to tithing on the gross is a stretch. To tithe on the increase of everything that you have, house sales, gifts, that's a stretch. But it's not a stretch for pain's sake, it's a stretch for preparation's sake. You got to believe and prepare. Believing is the currency of heaven. Preparing is the authenticity that you actually believe. It's the right thing. It's having faith and taking a step of faith. Abraham, when he finally gave birth to Isaac, sacrificed him. He gave it up as an offering, a first fruits offering. Jericho was a first fruits when Joshua took in the land. We believe in first fruits. Historically, first fruits has been maybe a week's wages for people, something the equivalent of for a number of people. And it's a stretch. There's no doubt about it. But if you don't stretch, if you don't prepare yourself, it's very hard for God to bless you. It says in Isaiah chapter 1, verse 19, be willing and obedient, and you'll eat the best of the land. If you'll eat the best of the land, that's by faith. It's been prophesied. But you've got to be willing and you've got to be obedient. Second last, you want to lengthen your cords. You want to lengthen your cords. We're speaking about relationships here. There's new people in the church you need to get to know. There's new people relationally that you need to get to know. There's people that will be saved this year that you need to get to know now. You can't be part of the old boys club. You can't just stick around the people that you've known for 2 or 3 years. There are new people. The church will be built on new people. And so you need to get to know new people. Come on, church. Let's enlarge our cords of our tent. And lastly, you want to strengthen the stakes. Strengthening is to do with integrity, and integrity is to do with no more compromise. Come on, no more compromise. Stop compromising. Stop acting second rate compared to what you actually believe. This is premiership, and you want to act like you're in premiership. No more secret sins. No more harboring secret intent. No more unforgiveness. No more keeping back financially what belongs to God. No more in 2009. I want to say that this is going to be an outstanding year. I believe for your life it'll be an outstanding year. But you've got to do an Isaiah 54 on me. You have to enlarge the place of your tent. Come on, you got to expect great things from God. Come on, you want to strengthen your stakes. You want to lengthen your cords, and you want to stretch, for greater will the children be of those who believe in the supernatural covenant. You'll be far more blessed than those who live by ordinary ways. It's going to be a great year, and we'll see you shortly. Au revoir.